Hi guys, let's go ahead and take a look at some multiplication with area models. With multiplication, there are a couple ways to do it. The way that we've been teaching in 4th grade is using an area model, and that's really learning how to break apart our numbers. So what we want to do is we always want to break apart our larger numbers into our place value. So when I look at my first problem here, 4 times 26, I look at 20 and I can see that it is 20 plus 6. And so when I go to multiply using an area model, this is a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number. And so with my area model, I'm going to draw myself 2 boxes and break apart my 26 by the place value, which is what I already did. So in this box I have 20. In this box up here I have 6. And I'm multiplying it times 4. Now in class we've talked about how this is multiplication battleship, where each of my numbers has to meet within its box and we multiply. So my 4 is going to come over, it's going to meet my 6. So in this box I'm going to multiply 4 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24. Multiplication battleship again. My 4 comes over, it meets my 20. So in this box I'm going to multiply 4 times 20. 4 times 20 gives me 80. Now this is what we call partial products. So this answer here, 80, is only 4 times 20. I'm looking for 4 times 26. That's why I need this box here too, which is my 6 times 4, which gives me 24. What I have to do with my partial products is I need to add them together. So 80 plus 24 gives me 0 plus 4 is 4. 8 plus 2 is 10. So my answer to 4 times 26 is 104. Now, it works the same when I do it by a 3-digit number. So here I have a 1-digit by a 3-digit number. Again, my first step is to break my numbers apart into place value. I have one group of hundreds. I have 3 groups of 10. And I have 9 ones. Now, because I have a 3-digit number, my area model is going to look similar to this, but I have to add an extra place value. So in this case, my area model is going to have 3 boxes in it. So when I break that apart, my first box is my hundreds, my second box is my tens, and my last box is my nines. I'm multiplying 139 times 5. Again, my 5 needs to come over, meet my 9. So in this box, I'm going to multiply 5 times 9, and I get 45. 45 is my partial product. My 5 is going to come over, meet my 30. 5 times 30 is 150, another partial product. And in my last box, my 5 is going to come over, it meets my 100. 5 times 100 is 500. Now, I have partial products again. I have 3 numbers. I need to add these together so that I can get my full answer. So 500 plus 150 plus 45, 5 and 0 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 5 plus 1 is 6. So my answer to 5 times 139 is 695. And just to make sure we get it, let's go ahead and do a 1 by a 4-digit. So first step, break my number apart by place value. I have 4 groups of thousands, 5 groups of my hundreds, 3 groups of my tens, and 7 ones. Okay, breaking it apart with my area model, This time I'm going to have 4 boxes, so I'm going to give myself a little bit more room. So when I break this apart, I have my ones, my tens, my hundreds, and my thousands. 4,000, 500, 30, 7, and I'm multiplying it times 3. My 3 is going to come over and meet my 7. 3 times 7 is 21. My 3 comes over, meets my 30. 3 times 30 is 90. My 3 comes over, meets my 500. 3 times 500 gives me 1,500. And lastly, my 3 comes over, meets my 4,000. So 3 times 4,000 is going to give me 12,000. Now I have 4 partial products, but I'm looking for my total answer, so I need to add all these together. I'm going to take my 12,000, add my 1,500 to it, my 90, and my 21, making sure that I line them up with the correct place value. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 1. 9 plus 2 is 11. 1 plus 5 is 6. Bring my comma down. 2 plus 1 is 3. And 1 plus nothing is 1. So my answer to 3 times 4,537 is 13,611. Now, the newest thing that we've learned how to do in 4th grade is 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication. And we need to make sure that we know how to do the area model for this. So this isn't that much different than a 1-digit by a 4-digit or a 1-digit by a 3-digit. We just have to make our area model look differently. And instead of breaking apart one number by place value, we break apart both numbers by place value. So looking at my 26, when I break this apart, I know that I can make it as 2 groups of 10 or 20 plus my 6 ones. With 54, I can break it apart by place value and see that I have 5 groups of 10 plus my 4 ones. And now it's time for my area model. Drawing my area model for this, I have 4 numbers that I've broken apart, and my area model needs to represent that. So looking at this area model, we're going to do 4 boxes, but we're going to do our boxes slightly different because it's a 2-digit by 2-digit area model. So we're going to divide it into 4 boxes this way. 2-digit by 2-digit. I'm going to take my 26 and put it up top. Again, by place value, so my 20 has its own box, my 6 ones have its own box, and 54. I'm going to put my smaller digit up here because when we learn how to do traditional multiplication, we always multiply our smaller numbers together. So there's a reason that I'm putting the smaller number up there. Again, we're playing multiplication battleship. My 4 needs to come over. It meets my 6. 4 times 6 is 24. My 4 comes over, meets my 20. 4 times 20 is going to give me 80. Now I've multiplied everything times my 4, so I don't need to use my 4 anymore. But I'm not done with my 20 or my 6. Now my 50 is going to come over, meet the 6. So 50 times 6 is going to give me 300. My 50 comes over, it meets my 20. 50 times 20 is going to give me 1,000. So again, I've done my area model, but we're not finished because we just have a bunch of partial products. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all my partial products together, again making sure that I line it up by place value. So I have 1,000. I'm going to add my 300, my 80, and my 24 all together. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4 is 4. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 0 plus 0 remains a 10. To regroup my 1, 3 plus 1 is 4. Bring down my comma, and my 1 plus nothing gives me 1. So my answer is 1,404. That's my answer to 26 times 54.